What does your heart say? What does it hope for? Those are the things that sometimes we think about in our life. Sometimes we have a paintbrush. If this was a paintbrush, how would we draw our heart? What would it look like? Remember back to being in grade school and we had to build our Valentine's cards, for everyone in the class. And, we had to create and draw by hand. We didn't have paintbrushes. We had pencils. we were advanced, so we had little scissors to cut out the heart. And, we had to create one for mom and dad. But if we had a paintbrush to create the heart, what would it look like? What would our heart look like? Is it fired up? Is it ready to go every morning? Is it really loving life? Is it excited? Or is it dull? Is it feeling like, oh, it's so sad? It's gripped so hard. Or does it feel like there's a promise for today? There's a willingness for today. There's an excitement for today. Do you stretch? Do you feel your heart expanding with each day? For many times in my life, there are those days where this paintbrush would be painting a heart that wasn't as red as what it is today. Sometimes our thoughts get in our way. Yesterday we were thinking about thoughts as we talk about this leaders embrace thick. And today's thought is about H. H is heart and hope. Welcome, Mark. Welcome, Lisa. I'm glad you're full of excitement for the day. Heard your adventure. So what is it? What is it that we put in our heart? Does our heart say, if we were to draw our heart, is it full of the passion that we have? Is it fired up? Is it as kindled and ready for action and ready to love others? Or do we have it darkened a little bit because we have distance with others? There's, things on our mind that weigh on our heart. I was at an event on Saturday, and one of the points made was, this is the heart. The heart tells the mind what to do. But often we get the mind going, and it squelches the heart. It squelches the passion within us, the purpose, the fire within us. The mind may be the goal getter. We may set goals up, thinking about it, trying to solve the problem, but we're not listening to the heart. And the heart is saying, go. It's the goal getter, man. It's the goal. Go. This is it. This is what you're here for. This is why you're here. Lisa's heart says, live the adventure you dream. Absolutely, just live it. Well, what happens in the world? What happens within our teams, within our businesses? Well, we come into work just about as fired up as when we wake up. So if we're not feeling it, we're just feeling like we're going through the door and just saying, well, hi, how you doing? And we really don't care about that person. We don't focus in on that person that we meet, or we don't walk in with that fire within us. How do we expect the people around us to be fired up? A heart is contagious. It has the courage, it has the excitement, it has the fortitude to go forward if we listen to it, if we live it. We need our mind, so we can't shut down our mind, because the heart says, I want to do something that changes the world. There's injustice, I see it, and I want to change it because I know that I am ready. I've been called to do this. I've been This is what I'm here for. But it needs the mind. It needs to tell the mind. And if the mind isn't ready to receive it, all that passion, all that fire is like at a steel door where the fire hits that steel door and it's trapped and can't get out and can't get through. Are we there holding and blocking because our thoughts are saying, no, you're not good enough. You can't, what are you thinking? You can't go out there. You can't do that. You can't change the world. Who are you? Shut up, heart. Just shut up. That's what our heart hears from our mind. When it's out of alignment, when our mind and our heart are out of alignment, the mind is going, hey, talk to the head. Face ain't listen. The mind ain't listening no more. We know which way to go. But that's not true, right? The heart knows which way it is. Don't you feel much better when you've talked and loved than when you just thought and did? Did the checklist, did the drive into work, and did the job that you're sitting at, and walked away and punched out and drove back home to face that. You just go through the day, or I'm sure you've done this yourself, gone down the road and you didn't know how you got to where you got because you were just zoned into something. But was it a passion, or was it just going through life? What is it? What will fire you up today? So I look at this and I look at myself and I look at others I've talked to, and there's a component that is based in all this. Yeah, we talk about passion. Oh, you have to have passion. You have to have a purpose. You have meaning in your life. Well, where is that all coming from? Well, it's coming from love. Do you have love in your life? I'm not talking about this love of, well, I love my children. I love my spouse. I love this. I love ice cream. I love sunny days. I love birds singing in the trees. No. I'm talking about a love that's much better or much higher. It's a love that's all-encompassing, a love that values people, wants to be with people, wants them to build this tribe of people to help reach a particular purpose. They want this love to be reciprocal. They're not looking for it to be, but the only way you build love and continue to fire love is to make sure you're getting love, you're filling your bucket of love, and you're able to give more. And here's a thought. Is your heart full of love, and then you got a little fire underneath it that's warming it up like popcorn, bursting it out? Or is the fire underneath your heart dim? And things happen in our day. Life happens, absolutely. But does it really pop? Does it really pop? Hi, Jen. Welcome. We're talking about leaders embracing thick, and today's focus on heart and love. That's what fires leaders up. They want to build it and share that love, share that joy, share that change in the world. They want to fire it up, and they want to accomplish something that's greater than themselves. If we think of our life as a relay, and we are called and put into this world to pick up the baton at the appropriate time and pass it to the next person when we've fallen. So we've picked it up from someone who's been called to do something, called to make a change in the world, and our job is, our purpose, our meaning in our life is to pick up that baton from that person who has fallen and carry it on and greatly enhance it to our ability, to what we can add to it. And then when we've gone and fallen, we've passed it on just in time to the next person. What's the world going to look like if we acknowledge that we have a purpose and we are carrying that baton and we are fully running and going through all the way to the finish line? And we're running. You never see runners end at the finish line, do you? No, they run all the way through full speed, and then their job is done. Same thing with skiing. You go fast all the way through the line, and then you stop. You come to a halt. Race cars don't stop at the line and say, "Whoop, I got my bumper across. That's it. That's all I need to do." We got to pursue. We got to go push through life. We need to take that relay, take that baton, take that brush, whatever it is. Make that difference. Leaders, us, people, we, you. You need to have that passion, that fire within you. And if you don't, take a moment. Right now, take that moment and find out why you're where you're at, why you're not feeling that heart, that there's that moment in your life, I know that you've experienced it, where you just felt so warm, so welcome, so comfortable, so loved, so your arms wrapped around virtually, maybe even physically. Visually, you're seeing yourself wrapping around people and pouring love into them. Why isn't that every day? Well, I can only give it on one day a month. It's my calendar says that. Is it? Or are you not aligned with your heart, your mind? Your heart is not fired up to tell your mind, this is what I want. This is what I want you to accomplish. This is what I want you to solve. How do we do this? This is what I'm called. This is what we need to accomplish. And then your mind to tell your body. Tell your body to go forward and rush to the end. And do everything you can. When you're fired up, when you've gone through that barrier that prevents you from expressing hope and love and caring and just want to make a difference in the world. What is there left to do? To love more. This doesn't stop. This isn't a task on the list. To your dying day, love needs to be expressed. Love is the building block. So while it's number 2 in thick, it holds a lot of weight. It is the fire. It is the hope. It's the love. It's the desire. It's the burning, all-encompassing desire, as Napoleon Hill would say. To go do something. To do something that brings love and rekindles and expresses it and pushes it out further. Does it fill the room? Does your heart fill the room? Or does it contract and it's just that circle of love barely covers anybody that comes near? Let's do it today. Let's take that paintbrush. Let's make that heart. Whoops. There we go. The heart full of red, full of love, full of passion, full of joy, full to accomplish a great day. It's a great day out there. You can see it. Go explore it. Go spread the love. Go do that which you were called. There is no love other than the all-encompassing love that you have in your life that you have to uncover and bring forward. And tell your mind, hey mind, go get it. go through the goal, attain the goal. This is what we're talking about this week. Talking about thick. Because we're full and we're thick of this passion, thick of this joy, thick to accomplish some greatness in the world. Tomorrow we'll talk about I. So stay tuned and share this, enjoy, spread a thought, comment, share it with someone. Share it with someone and ask them, is the fire in your heart brighter today than it was yesterday? You may be still thinking the same thoughts. We talked about thoughts yesterday. You may be still thinking the same thoughts as you did yesterday, and you haven't updated your thought for today. Listen to your heart and let your heart burn bright. See you soon. Enjoy the day.